Welcome home, baby. Kick off your shoes. Let me turn the lights down low and wash away your blues. Rest your head and let's get lazy. Let's take it slow. Welcome home, welcome home, welcome home.
I have enough jewelry, said no woman ever. Jewelry is one of the fastest growing sectors of the Indian economy, forming almost 7% of the nation's GDP. India is the world's largest diamond cutting and polishing center, and in 2014, the Indian jewelry market was projected to grow at a CAGR of 15.95% over the next 5 years. Clearly, here bling is king. Hello and welcome to Luxury Time. I'm Lisa Mangaldas, and on the show today, we take a look at some of India's finest jewelry brands. Lauded at the most prestigious international auctions, Nirav Modi creations have earned the distinction of being recognized as among the best diamond jewelry in the world. And I'm at their flagship store in Mumbai, where I'm about to meet with Nirav as well as take a look at some of his most stunning creations. Nirav Modi designs embody a finesse inspired by art, natural beauty, and feminine elegance. Every jewel in the collection brings together the finest stones, set in a signature style that employs minimal metal, allowing the diamonds to shine through. The Nirav Modi philosophy is that no effort is too great to perfect a design, be it the months spent to source the right stones or even developing patented cuts. And I'm about to hear more from the visionary himself, Nirav Modi. Nirav, you were born in Antwerp to a family of diamantaires. Did your interest in jewelry reveal itself early on?
Yes, at a very young age. My grandfather was a diamantaire, my father is a diamantaire, and was regaled with stories of diamonds and the diamonds he saw and just the smiles when people bought diamonds.
And where do you draw inspiration for your designs?
I draw inspiration from a multitude of sources. It can be just art, poetry, architecture, my travels.
Creating that sense of playfulness and movement is something that is evident in the collection. You really showcase the heights of jewelry design technology.
We see that the jewelry is very comfortable, it moves with the women, that the earrings float in your ears, the necklace will caress your neck, and it just has to be very comfortable to wear and just flow with you.
And you also really give the diamonds a platform like never before. There's so little metal in some of the pieces that's visible. It almost looks like the whole piece is all diamond.
Yeah, so for us, we don't want to obstruct diamonds with metal. So we have minimal metal to let the diamonds really shine.
Take me through the process of sourcing stones.
So most of our diamonds are sourced from South Africa or Russia. My brother does most of the sourcing, so he travels there and he buys the rough and we cut the diamonds in our factories. And only the finest diamonds go into a Nirav Modi jewel. It can take years to find the right diamond, but more than that, it can take months to plan the right way to cut the diamond.
I'm looking forward actually to seeing some of the pieces from the high jewels myself and maybe even trying some of them on. So
Absolutely.
Why don't we do that?
Glad to.
I'd love to see the stretchy embrace bangles that we'd spoken about.
Try these one.
Wow. They really are very, very stretchy.
It's made of 100 parts and thousands of diamonds.
Struck by the playfulness of his daughter's elastic toy bangles, Nirav set out to craft diamond bangles with an elasticity to embrace any wrist size. The resulting embrace bangles, with over 700 gold moving parts each, are an engineering marvel, and the bangles have become an iconic Nirav Modi design. I also see a pink diamond over there, a very large pink diamond. Can I take a closer look?
Absolutely. Pink diamonds are the rarest diamonds, and all the pink diamonds mined in a year would fill a champagne flute.
Wow. So this is one of a kind.
Yes.
And what could be more lavishly feminine than pink diamonds? The Nirav Modi brand has also patented 4 diamond cuts, comprising 2 diamonds that form an ovate link held together by the most delicate metal fastenings. The Ainra cut is a signature highlight of the brand. The diamond links that the Ainra cut forms replace metal links completely. Mughal cut diamonds are inspired by floral motifs from Mughal miniature paintings. The jasmine cut diamonds capture the unfurling petals of a jasmine in blossom. You also make this beautiful ring that creates the illusion that you're actually wearing a single diamond around your finger.
That's the endless cut.
Thank you.
See, when you wear this, it'll be just like you have put your finger into a diamond.
It's beautiful. There's no metal in between at all.
It's an enigma setting.
And it has this sort of halo-like appearance. The endless cut is an unbroken line of diamonds. Thanks to the enigma setting, the gold band holding together the diamonds is concealed. We haven't yet talked about the elephant in the room, as it were, that stunning necklace. The emeralds are just to die for.
This is the Maharani emerald necklace, and it's got over 1,000 carats of emeralds. It took us over 2 years to source these large emeralds, and it takes 550 hours to make a Rolls Royce. It took us over 3,000 hours to make this necklace.
The craftsmanship is just extraordinary.
It was from a mine in Brazil which is depleted. So you'll never find emeralds this size and this quality again.
With emerald beads weighing over 870 carats, strung with over 146 carats of diamonds, the Maharani necklace is every bit as regal as its name suggests. And because of the rarity of the emeralds that size, it's truly one of a kind. Coming up next, we visit a revivalist jeweler who celebrates yellow gold. Thewa, a 400-year-old jewelry design technique where gold is fused with colored glass. I'm now at the Rupa Vora House of Design, which prides itself on the revival of this enchanting Mughal art form. Who can resist the warm glow of yellow gold in delicate filigree floral motifs, set against colored glass in striking shades like plum and midnight blue, deep and rich, yet translucent and glistening. Rupa Vora's fine jewels showcasing the traditional art of Thewa are each one of a kind. Her brand draws inspiration from the soul of the city of Mumbai, a metropolis whose unique flavor comes from its intoxicating combination of tradition and modernity. And the city of dreams is besotted with her luminous masterpieces. I'm now in conversation with the always elegant Rupa Vora. Rupa Thewa, the muse of your brand, dates back to the Mughals, a dynasty revered for its sophistication and opulence. Can you talk to me about the visual and the historic appeal of Thewa?
Thewa, when you look at it, it's the visual that attracts you first. It's the visual appeal of Thewa that is what mesmerizes you first, and that's exactly what happened with me when I started working or came in contact with Thewa 20 years ago, and that's when my affair with Thewa started. And even today, 20 years down, I still feel so, sort of captured by the beauty of the art form. The visual never ceases to amaze me.
And talk me through the technique of Thewa. What exactly does it entail?
So Thewa is a completely labor-intensive art form. At no point of time does any machine come in contact with the art form. There's a sheet of, very fine sheet of gold, 23 karat gold, a sheet of gold, that's beaten out and kept ready, and then whatever is the scene or the painting or the floral pattern or whatever we want to depict on it, that's kind of drawn out on it. So when you've drawn out the main parts, then you've excavated the other parts which are not part of the design. So you're left with this little very thin, fine jali, which is wafer thin. I mean, wafer is probably sturdier by comparison to what this is. And that's lifted and put on a pre-prepared glass, which again we've experimented with a lot of glasses over a period of time. So traditionally it used to be red, blue, green, but with my knowledge of glass making, we've done like pistachios and baby pinks and all kinds of things. So then that glass is ready, this sheet is ready, it's placed one on top of the other, heat's given indirectly. Sheet of mica is used to protect the gold sheet on top, and the heat is given from below so that the glass becomes quasi-solid and it's not affecting the gold sheet, because that is really fine and can get affected by the heat. So that's how the process is done, and then slowly it's allowed to solidify and then settle, and then of course the paraphernalia, once the piece is done, is executed around it.
Sounds very much like you're part of that process. Do you finish each piece yourself?
When I started working with the few handful of people who knew what the art form and how it's practiced, I was trained, having lived in Cyprus and worked with both these mediums, glass and gold. I was trained to execute the complete process myself, but that would mean taking away from them what was traditionally, what traditionally belonged to these artisans. And that's not what I had set out to do. My whole, the process for me was to revive this art form, which meant taking the artisans along. So when I started working with them, it was very difficult for me to be able to explain to them that we need to modify. We need to, come up with more contemporary stuff. So they wouldn't understand. So they would just say, "Humko to dibbi banani aati hai. We know how to make these boxes. You take these boxes from us." So in exasperation, that's what I did. I would take the boxes, I would take the lid off the box, then I would open it up and I would then restructure the whole thing, which would mean sitting there and hammering sometimes close to 200, 300 pieces a night, because I'd have clients waiting to make deliveries to.
And what for you makes a piece of jewelry truly luxurious?
In the Indian mindset, we constantly try to sell jewelry to people by saying it's an investment. I agree, it's an investment, but it's not an investment in the terms of resale, and it's not like a biscuit of gold that you are buying one and selling it off tomorrow. There's a lot of workmanship that goes into a real piece of jewelry.
But how do you see your pieces being worn? How would you recommend if one were to acquire these pieces?
We have to accept that this is an Indian art form. It has a lot of, something about it has a very sharp Indianness about it. But that's not to say that it was never practiced anywhere else or cannot be worn by people across the world. So it's about interpretation. So my interpretation is to make it a little more contemporary, and like you have this beautiful piece that you're wearing with a lovely dress, I'd like it worn like that. But then at the same time, if somebody would want to wear it with an Indian outfit, it should adapt itself to that too.
Could you describe a few pieces that you feel are representative of your brand, or perhaps a few personal favorites?
So one of the favorites that I have is I do this teardrop shape of earrings, which has large uncut diamonds on the top of it, which could be in the form of squares or circles. But then comes this nice, beautiful piece of theva, which is a teardrop at the bottom. It's just the shape that that whole shape of that piece. I feel it just kind of lends itself to almost every face. So that's something I really love to work with. The other piece that has been my all-time favorite is a piece that lies in the Victoria and Albert Museum. It's a Dashavtar. It's the 10 avatars of Vishnu. That Dashavtar is one of my favorites. And there's another favorite which I have, and that is the box. The Theva box. It depicts a scene, from the Maharajas and whatever. I love the whole look of the box, the way it is. It comes together. The opulence that it emanates, when you see the piece. Of course, we've enhanced it with a little bits of, stones here and there, but that's one of my favorites.
Rupa Vohra's jewels certainly make a memorable fashion statement. Her unusual designs are a treat not just visually, but also for anyone who appreciates history, fine craftsmanship, and traditional art forms. On the other side, we bring you a jewelry brand from Jaipur that's hugely popular with celebrities globally. Jaipur-born jewelry brand Amrapali was established in 1978 by close friends Rajiv Arora and Rajesh Ajmera, who shared a penchant for history and art. They began by buying beads and making silver jewelry by hand. A generation later, Amrapali retails across the world and is a favorite among Bollywood's leading ladies, as well as Hollywood A-listers and music divas. I'm at their Jaipur headquarters to get an inside look at the brand and its stunning creations. I'm now with Tarang Arora, CEO and Creative Director of Amrapali Jewels, and he's going to tell us more about the brand's growth story as well as showcase some of his most fabulous creations. Tarang, it's remarkable, the Amrapali story, from its relatively humble beginnings under 4 decades ago to being this globally celebrated brand. Take me through the journey.
So it started in 1978. My father, Mr. Rajiv Arora, one of his best friends, Rajesh Ajmera, they were both history students, and that's how they met. And they started Amrapali. They wanted to start or get involved in something which had something to do with history. I remember my uncle designed these designed these pendants and necklaces from Ganjivas. Ganjivas are old playing cards. So things like that, anything to do with history, basically started Amrapali.
Given the rarity of some of the materials, it's impossible even to make two of the same piece.
Yeah.
And I see some of those stunning one-of-a-kind pieces right here. Why don't you take me through some of these?
So I'm going to start with a sarpech, a kilangi, which I'm sure everyone has seen, or you guys have seen in photographs or during weddings. This is a kilangi which is usually worn by the groom on his turban. We are looking at about 190 carats of Colombian emeralds, about 22 carats in the center, lots of rose-cut diamonds totaling to about 50 carats there, lots of handwork at the back, diamonds at the back. The best thing about this is that it can be worn by a groom on the wedding, and it converts into a choker for the bride. Yeah. Again, something which is very nice is a typical in Indian jewelry, Panch Lada or Sat Lada. So something like that. It's a 3-line emerald pearl necklace with diamonds again. You're looking at about 160 carats of Zambian emeralds in this one, and rose cut diamonds and flat cut diamonds.
Diamonds are big here. India's among the world's largest diamond polishing and cutting centers, and I know you have a piece that you're going to surprise me with. It's all diamonds.
It's a piece which I call the Maharani necklace. It was it's about 240 carats of diamonds and 300 carats of emeralds. Again, handmade, took about 8 months to make. I broke this necklace at least 4 times because the fall wasn't correct, the backing wasn't correct. But I think it turned out very well at the end. We have beautiful emeralds on the side, which works very well on the collarbone. So it sort of fits everyone very nicely. We have a collection of 230 carats of diamonds.
It's beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Amrapali provides an inspired modern interpretation of traditional Indian jewelry aesthetics and design techniques. And now, thanks to Tribe by Amrapali, their online brand sported by several young celebrities, you can even buy their creations at the click of a button. I'm now in conversation with the lovely Akanksha Arora, CEO of Tribe by Amrapali. Akanksha, Tribe by Amrapali is really your baby.
Yes.
Tell me about that journey into e-commerce and tell me about the impact that it's had on the brand.
Started when we started our Facebook page, Amrapali Jewels, about 6-7 years ago. And when we started posting things, people started commenting, oh, where can we buy this? We live in Texas, where can we buy this? We live here. So that's when I thought that, maybe we should have an online store which everybody has access to.
The who's who of Bollywood and Hollywood have worn your jewels, but who have been some of your favorite celebrity looks?
J-Lo wear one of our earrings, the gold ones. In Indian, with Bollywood, we've had Sonam where she was wearing this sari with like a pearl and diamond sash and with these big gold karas. That look was like, a very impactful look.
Next week on Luxury Time, join us as we bring you the most influential artists, gallerists, auction houses and curators of the Indian art world.